And hello, my name's Stephen Pitt and I'm joined today by Eddie Adamson.
Hello!
And today we are watching Liverpool versus Chelsea live at Anfield. Okay, so lineups today for the Chelsea. We got Thibaut Courtois in goals, along with Gary Cahill, Andreas Christensen and Cesar Azpilicueta in defence. In the midfield area we have Bakayoko along with N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater making his first Premier League start for Chelsea. As the wing backs we have Marcus Alonso and David Zappacosta, and up front we have Eden Hazard just behind Alvaro Morata. And Eddie, do you know the Liverpool lineup?
Can't remember.
Okay, I believe it was...
Very good. No, I remember. It's... So Mignolet's in goal.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think right back... I'm going to have a look because I can't actually remember. But I know that Ragnar Klavan has kept his place over the Dej Lovren.
That is correct.
Good decision. What's your score predictions for today, Steve?
I have a feeling it's going to be a draw. As a Chelsea fan, I really want us to win. I think it'd be a good 3 points. However, I do believe that it's more likely to be a draw.
Yeah, I'm thinking a 1-1 probably. Right, so the Liverpool lineup. So we've got Mignolet in goal, Gomez starting right back, Klavan, Matip and Moreno, who has surprisingly kept his place after the absolute nightmare he had on Tuesday. Then in the midfield we've got Henderson anchoring the midfield with Milner and Coutinho around him. Daniel Sturridge comes back in and we've got the Ox and Salah to his right and left. So it's a pretty pacey team. Something strange that must be noted that both Mane and Firmino are on the bench, two usual staples of Liverpool's Premier League starting 11. Oh, Salah just missed a chance there from outside the box. So at the moment so far, we're 9 minutes into the game and Liverpool have had the majority of possession. The only times Chelsea have looked lethal on the ball was during a corner we had and any time Hazard's been on the ball. I feel him and Mo Salah will play a deciding factor in this game. So what are your thoughts, Eddie? You think it's going to be a draw, or do you think Liverpool might nick it? I'm thinking a 1-1 draw at the moment. I think there'll be a couple of goals. I think Salah will get one with the form he's been on recently, and I think Morata will probably level. At
time of recording, well, actually, I was going to say he's top scorer, but no, because Harry Kane scored a goal earlier, so now they're joint.
Are they? I thought.
Yeah, Salah's on 9, and Harry Kane was on 8, but he scored one earlier.
Oh, okay.
So.
But after today, Salah will be back at number 1 spot.
Oh, we'll see.
In my opinion.
The one thing that does scare me about Liverpool is their attacking threat, and Chelsea haven't been the best defensively this season, though you might have to give them the edge over Liverpool defensively.
Oh, definitely. The one thing that scares me is our disgusting, leaky defence. At times it can be relatively okay, but then there's games where, for example, the Sevilla game in midweek, where it was just calamitous.
Any duels in this game you might find very interesting between an attacker and defender of the opposing teams?
I think Klavan and Morata will be interesting. Klavan hasn't really proven himself yet, so big game like this is kind of a good game to solidify yourself as the main centre back.
Interesting how he matches up in the air with Morata.
I've got a feeling Matip will kind of be on Morata for most of the game though, because his height's kind of a pretty big benefit.
Hazard there on the ball, and in my opinion, the best dribbler in the Premier League. A bit of miscommunication there between Hazard and Bakayoko.
The best dribbler in the league?
Yes.
Better than... Actually, to be fair, that's a good shout. Would you say better than Mane?
Yes.
Better than Mohamed Salah?
Salah's advantage is speed.
Yeah.
Not that Hazard's a slow fella, but I think it's Salah's speed that helps him more than anything. Whereas in terms of Hazard's control of the ball whilst moving, that's what makes him lethal. As you can hear, Eddie is eating his dinner. What you got there for it?
Well,
Eddie?
I've got lean beef mince with some red Leicester and pasta with tomato sauce, onions and garlic.
Oh.
A nutritious dinner is a healthy life. Oh God.
Oh, great through ball. Oh.
Good defending from Moreno. Oh.
They Chamberlain making a great run.
Milner, sliced it way wide.
Alright, during the lull periods of the game, let's entertain ourselves with little hypotheticals. So I'll start. What would be your combined Chelsea-Liverpool starting 11?
That's a good question. Right, so between the sticks, obviously you'd have to take Courtois. I don't think you disagree with that.
I do not.
Mignolet is a good shot stopper, but his distribution and his handling is inconsistent, to say the least. So I think Courtois is 100% going to be starting. And then right back, obviously we've got Klein, but he's been out for a while. So if we're talking about players who are free now, then Azpilicueta going at right back. Well, to be fair, Azpilicueta will probably get the nod over Klein anyway.
Yes.
Centre backs. Who are the two Chelsea centre backs?
Gary Cahill and normally David Luiz, but today Andreas Christensen starting in his place, who's earned his place by some very good performances in very big games.
So centre backs, I would say I'd do Gary Cahill and Joel Matip.
Okay.
I don't think Matip has been amazing this season, but I think it's kind of harder for him because he's playing next to Klavan or Lovren. Not really a great partnership, but I think if he had a good partnership with someone like Gary Cahill, then
a dangerous cross on the box for Liverpool, but he managed to clear it.
So yeah, I'd have Azpilicueta, Matip, Cahill, and then left back. It's got to be Alonso, really, isn't it? I mean, we've got Moreno and Robertson, who hasn't really proven himself yet, hasn't had a lot of game time. So yeah, I mean, Chelsea are kind of going to dominate the defence, aren't they?
And for my picks thus far, I agree with you in terms of goalkeeper. Definitely Thibaut Courtois, very underrated, and also last season's Golden Glove winner. And in terms of defence, I'm going to be a bit cheeky here. And I'm going to name all my defenders. I'm going to play a 3 at the back, and they're all going to be Chelsea players. David Luiz, Gary Cahill, and Cesar Azpilicueta.
Where is Luiz at the moment? Is he banned?
No, he's on the bench. But luckily, Christensen's doing quite well. Like I said, he's putting some big performances in big games, such as against Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. Okay, let's move on to the midfield.
Right, the midfield. Okay, this is where it's going to get really hard. So, I guess if we're doing a 4-4-2...
Well, I'm playing 3 at the back, so you can
at the back.
decide whatever formation you want.
Okay, well I'm going to do a 4-4-2, so... Right, who's starting for Chelsea today, midfield-wise?
Today, Bakayoko, Kante and Danny Drinkwater.
Okay.
And in terms of midfield, backups in the midfield, we also have Cesc Fabregas.
That is tough. That's really tough.
So I'm going to go... Remind me of Liverpool's proper centre
Okay,
midfielders are
so we've
minus
got
Chan.
Henderson, obviously Chan, Wijnaldum, Gruitch, who doesn't really play that much. So those are the main three. They seem to be swapped around quite a bit. But then we've got Lallana, Coutinho, the Ox, who can kind of play wherever really. He prefers a central position, but at the moment he's being deployed as a left winger for today. For my 4 in midfield, it would be mainly Liverpool players. So I'd go Coutinho in the middle. Wait, no, I'm going to change my team now. I might have 3 up front.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'll tell you what, for my...
You do yours first.
Yeah, for my central midfielders, I'm going to have N'Golo Kante and also Gini Wijnaldum. I was tempted to pick Fabregas, but one, I thought that would be a bit unfair having that many Chelsea players in my team thus far. And also, I feel Fabregas in a game like this would work better as a super sub.
Oh shit! Oh, great save.
Great save by Mignolet after a powerful shot by Hazard. Like I said, Chelsea look their most dangerous when he's on the ball. And as wing backs, I'd have Marcus Alonso and Victor Moses when he's fit.
Right, so who are your 3 central players again?
I just have the 2 because I'm going to play 3-4-3.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. I think I'm decided on my... what formation am I playing again? Right, so 4-3-3. So Kante anchoring the midfield, centre defensive midfielder, and then the 2 in front of him, Coutinho and Hazard. So Hazard in the middle, both attacking midfielders. And then I might as well do my attack now as well. So we've then got Salah right wing, Mane left wing, Morata up top.
Okay.
So the 2 of the paciest wide men in the league, with Morata up front.
I'd say this attacking part is the hardest for me because I'm planning on playing 3 at the front, but with 2 wingers and a striker. That's hard because of just the quality of wingers in the 2 teams. Oh,
great save.
Danny Drinkwater one-on-one with the goalkeeper for Mignolet, running out and smothering the ball. Yes, because you have a choice between Sadio Mane and Hazard, Pedro, and Felipe Coutinho. So
Willian as well.
Willian, indeed. No, it's
Lallana. Oh, it's another good save.
Chelsea having the lion's share of attack in the last 2 minutes here.
I mean, Liverpool have been dominating possession the first 15 minutes, but the last 5 minutes, Chelsea are coming back into it.
Okay, tell you what, I think I'm going to go Morata up front with Eden Hazard and Sadio Mane each side of him.
That's a pretty... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Could have got the shot away there, Cahill. Oh, fucking hell. Get it out, get it out. Jesus Christ. What is going on?
A scramble in the
all
box
over the place
here in the 24th minute.
Okay, Steve, what's your reasoning behind leaving out Mohamed Salah out of your team?
It was very difficult, but
considering he is the top scorer in the league at the moment, joint with Harry Kane, and he's a winger, and has 3 assists also.
It is very tough. However, I do feel, apart from pace, that Mane is the better player and will get more goals. I know that sounds silly considering Salah has more goals thus far. However,
Mane has been injured though,
yes,
so
he's been injured
regaining
and
his
suspended.
fitness. Oh, Chelsea, that's good defending by Ragnar. Alright, here's one. Jordan Henderson. Do you rate him? As a non-Liverpool fan.
Not highly. I wouldn't put him in like the top 5 or even top 10 midfielders in the league.
Yeah, I've got to agree, to be fair.
I
think he's a good leader. He seems like a pretty good captain. But I don't know. The thing is, he's always going to be compared to Gerrard.
Yeah.
Which is a stupid comparison because technically he's nowhere near as good. But yeah, some games he can play really well and like really affect the midfield. He's usually got the most passes in a game, like the best percentage of passes completed. But a lot of the times the passes are to the side or backwards. So if he was more maybe confident going forward, I think he might be.
Yeah, I feel like
a bit more effect.
Biggest goal threat is akin to Ross Barkley, just twats it from outside the box and hopes for the best.
That's a great ball by Coutinho. Oh, good header out.
Right, here's one. Oxlade-Chamberlain, do you think that's a good signing?
I think it's a bit too early to call, but Salah's through. Good block. Well, I've always been in support of him, even when he played that first game and he was awful. But all football players are human. You're going to be nervous when you move to a big team, and even before he played his first game, the majority of Liverpool fans were saying, was it 35 million in the end? Or something like that. Like, 35 million for the Ox. He hasn't even proved himself. He's going to be shit. But, you don't know if he's being played. He's started to be played now, and he's, he just needs more game time. And I think he can prove himself. What do you reckon of the Ox?
He's had several years at Arsenal. I don't know, because a lot of his time has been spent on the bench or injured or what have you. He's had fleeting moments.
I thought it was through there.
Overshot ball there. Okay. Dear little fun. What would you say is your best memory as a Liverpool supporter and your worst memory?
Right, best. I think it's pretty obvious. I think you can probably guess.
2005?
2005, Istanbul. I remember watching it at half-time. I went into the kitchen and nearly started crying because I was a very depressed little 10-year-old in that half-time, because I think that was the first season I properly followed them and watched every single Champions League game. Mm-hmm. So when when you're 3-0 down at half-time, you're pretty devastated. But yeah, I just remember body slamming on the table when we won. I was that happy. Say worst memory was when Crystal Palace came back and drew 3-3 against us, meaning we weren't going to win the league. That was just one of the worst games I've ever seen. The way that we just fell apart in the last 5 minutes was just... it brings back pain thinking about it.
Okay, and this is actually related, but brings on another topic of debate, because I was going to say my favourite memories of Chelsea support, even though we didn't win any silverware that season, it was the game, I think the one at Anfield, April 2014, where Gerrard slipped and we won 2-0, and that happened on my birthday. And this was the game before the Crystal Palace game.
It was.
So you finished the season 2 points behind Manchester City, who are above you on goal difference. So even if you had beaten Palace, you'd have still lost the league. So what would you say was the worst result, losing to Chelsea or drawing with Palace?
Well, the thing is, if we beat Palace, then we'd be further on Man City's backs, so they might not have won their final games. So we may still have won, That was the most devastating one because there was still a glimmer of hope
Yeah.
that we might do it, and then we just completely fell apart. But the Chelsea one was pretty shit as well, especially after beating Man City and then the whole Gerrard speech. Yeah, that wasn't very well timed, but it was just. I think they were as bad as each other, those two games.
Okay, that's understandable.
Because it was coming off beating City and everyone was chanting we're going to win the league. And then we slip up against Chelsea, literally, and then fall apart against Crystal Palace. So I think both together, pretty awful few weeks. So Marcus Alonso got a free kick now, 25 yards out, and
it's a side
just wide.
Okay, and my turn for least favourite memory. I'd probably have to say the 2015-16 season, for the moment that it really sunk in, oh my god, we are failing, was when we lost 1-0 at home to Bournemouth.
When was that?
I believe it was December. It was like a couple games before Mourinho got sacked.
Ooh, that's a late tackle.
By Danny Drinkwater on Mourinho there.
Surely that's a yellow, isn't it? Maybe not.
Let's see.
That's a late one. That's surely a yellow. Yeah, where did you finish the season where Mourinho got sacked?
10th.
10th.
Wasn't it?
I kind of completely forgot that happened. It was so weird.
It was a weird season because
Wasn't it? I've completely forgotten that season. So what season was this? This is
one where Leicester won the league.
Is it 15-16?
Yeah.
Ooh. So yeah, Leicester won it. Spurs came second, didn't they?
No, that's the thing. They were set to finish second, but they had one game left. It was against Newcastle and they lost 5-1. And then Arsenal finished above them and every...
Oh yeah.
So Spurs bottled second place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a season...
Chelsea won the year before, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then they finished 10th.
Yeah.
And did something similar happen to Man United? Didn't they win?
Yeah, they won in Fergie's last season, so that was 12-13.
But then it was the Moyes reign.
Yeah, but they finished 7th, which was slightly better.
Yeah, it's still not great for United, but...
Alright, half an hour going on in the game. Eddie, who's impressing you thus far in this Liverpool team?
Seems to have been pretty solid at the back so far. I mean, there hasn't been that many threats as far, but Klavan's seeing off the Chelsea attack relatively easy at the moment.
How do you feel Mignolet's doing? So he has made two very
He has made
good
two
stops.
pretty good saves, yeah. Hasn't had much to handle yet. That's where it gets a bit more nervy. But his shot stopping, as always, has been pretty good. He usually does well against the bigger teams, really. Yeah, to be fair, not much has happened so far. Just a lot of passing.
True, and
lot of movement.
Morata hasn't seen much of the ball, as I've been referencing throughout. Every
To be
time
fair,
Chelsea,
the two strikers haven't seen any of the ball at all.
Nah, Sturridge had a couple of wrestles in the box, but that's about it.
He's had a shot blocked, I think. I don't think any. Has Morata had any shots yet?
No, I don't think so. Weirdly enough, it's been Danny Drinkwater making all the runs. So impressing us far for Chelsea have been obviously Hazard and N'Golo Kante. He's been doing a good job as defensive midfield. And I don't know, Danny Drinkwater's been trying as he's been making runs, but you could argue we should have finished that chance against Mignolet, but what are you going to do? In terms of defence, Cahill's been doing a decent job thus far, and Zappacosta's been making the runs. Christensen's kept his head as always, so yeah, a bit of a stalemate thus far. Say last time Liverpool beat Chelsea at Anfield was 5 years ago.
Was it?
Mm.
Fuck, that's a good stat. It's mainly been draws, isn't it?
Yeah, last two meetings between these two at Anfield
Oh,
were
referee fell over.
1-1 draws. What are your thoughts on Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool thus far?
I think his personality kind of outweighs the results, because the results really aren't that much better than when Rodgers was here. When we win, it's usually spectacular. When we play really well, it's really good to watch, really good attacking football. But Salah, just wide. Yeah, I like his kind of attacking philosophy, but he does need to go and get a defensive coach and sort out the back line. Because he did promise to change it, and he didn't.
Very much agree. I remember watching your opening fixture of this season against Watford when you draw 3-3.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, when is he going to learn?
Oh, the Oxford's in. Penalty call there, little push.
We need to see the replays on that one. At first glance, it doesn't look like a penalty, but we will have to see closer up in slow motion.
Salah running. Oh. No. I think they'll show a replay now. Oh, there's not much in that really.
Okay, if you're falling over after being pushed by Hazard, you can't be that strong.
I kind of think something's going to happen every time Salah gets on the ball.
Yeah. No, exact thing. Just as I've been saying with Hazard, those two, they're going to play a huge role in whatever happens, be it a goal either side of the pitch.
It's one of those that you look at and say, it's not enough for a penalty.
So 1 minute at a time here. Liverpool currently in possession. If they can get a quick goal here, could change the entire complexion of this game.
It could. We are looking a bit dangerous. Sturridge on the ball now outside the... Oh, nearly went onto Milner there. Yeah, I think it's going to be stalemate at half time. Yeah, it's half time. Thoughts on the first half, Steve?
Very cagey. There have been opportunities, so there's still hope for a goal by either team. They'll just have to wait and see. More cagey than I expected. A fixture like this, you would expect
I was
a lot of
expecting
goals.
it to be a bit more open. It is quite a closed game at the moment.
Do you think maybe Liverpool are playing that way because of the Champions League result midweek?
Possibly, yeah. I don't think they want to be left wide open at the back with their defence. I think our defence have done quite well so far. Keeping Morata quiet isn't an easy thing to do.
True.
But then again, the Liverpool defence do have a lot to prove, because of midweek. So it's probably a good game to prove themselves.
I'd say biggest threat you got to watch out for second half. As Plaqueta on the ball further up the field, trying to get across into the box to Morata to head it in, much like he did against Manchester United.
Yeah, I'm a bit wary of that.
Why did BT use that song specifically for their football coverage?
What song is it?
I don't know. That I believe in love. That one. Why? Because at least the Sky ones sound kind of manly-ish.
What are the Sky ones? Do you mean the actual Premier League song?
No, that's the songs they use for their coverage. It's like Sky. I remember last season it was that John Newman song. Come and give you really want it. Come and give you really
want it. Yeah.
Whereas this one...
this one's a bit crap.
I remember back when Skies was It's a Beautiful Day by U2.
Wasn't that the Premiership on ITV?
Was that? I swear it was Sky.
It was, because Match of the Day stopped for a few years. And it went to ITV and it was the Premiership.
Okay.
And the intro was a beautiful day. It had Dennis Bergkamp and all those people.
Champions League in midweek.
Corner for Chelsea. 46 minutes gone.
First quarter of the second half for Chelsea, which Eden Hazard.
Yeah, we do have some aerial threats a lot with Morata and Gary Cahill, and Bakayoko has scored a one-headed goal in the Premier League.
And our defence is awful.
Cross was charged now.
Would you say it's like worse for your defence, set pieces or open play?
Set pieces. Definitely. Every single time the opposition has a corner, you think it's going to go in. Or a free kick, or anything. No! Penalty call there.
Ooh, I don't know, he did
Nah.
sort of catch him there.
Hazard trails his leg.
No foul. I just think he connected up with him. It's one of those things that runs in play. You can just see there.
Gets his leg tangled.
It's 50-50. The Chelsea box.
Go on, Philip. Good ball. Sturridge. Oh! Fucking hell.
Bit of a mix up there, luckily.
Shit. What I was saying about Courtois being better than Mignolet, I lied.
I mean, that's one moment.
One moment is enough. That was weird. Corner for Liverpool. Squeeze it in. Oh, good block. Another corner. Bit of butterfingers there. It's another corner. That's his bad corner. Oh, Morata breaking away.
And here's Costa, who's come from an onside position. It might have been a different story.
God, here we go.
Got a hold of it.
Now it's Chelsea corner.
Corner Chelsea.
End-to-end stuff.
You know, that'll be a cynical source. Should have just brought up the Morata down.
Zappacosta kind of looked like the teacher from Stranger Things.
He does a lot. He has a moustache.
Yeah. Something about another era. Do you have Twitter ready?
I don't.
Say it's good if
Thinking
you.
about getting it though.
Say it's good if you don't read replies to big tweets. Because all the Premier League clubs, they've had like, you know, the rainbow logos for like Pride Month or whatever. There's been a lot of just backlash from, you know, fans, most of them from like, you know, Middle Eastern, African countries, what have you.
Fuck.
My favourite one was the Chelsea one. It was like a picture of like Gary Cahill with like the rainbow laces.
Yeah.
And some bloke said that the picture of Cahill with the laces was forcing homosexuality on him.
What the fuck?
Stupid sexy Cahill.
Oh, that's a foul. Opportunity for Phil here to bang one in from 30 yards. What do you reckon? Can he beat Courtois from there?
I have to see the position better. No, I think it's a bit awkward because of the way the walls are.
He's got Gomez all the time. He doesn't know. At times he's having to go out to Gomez because they're pushing Alonso back in the back five, the wing back. And then suddenly he's got to become a midfield player, and it's finding it difficult to pick up the right positions.
No, this is perfect position for Coutinho. Ah,
See what I
off the
mean?
ball. Yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. Which Chelsea player do you think could fix most of Liverpool's problems if you signed him?
I think a Gary Cahill
Okay,
and a Courtois.
do you not think?
Basically a sturdy centre back and a sturdy goalkeeper.
I go a bit, well, not entirely left field, but something a bit out of the box. I'd go with N'Golo Kante. I think he...
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Because at least your back four will be a bit more secure.
True, but then it's the same thing of as soon as the ball gets to the back four, they're kind of screwed because they're not good enough. So I'd say
you lot don't really have like an
centre
out
back.
Defensive mid.
True. I mean, that's where Henderson's playing most of the games at the moment, but I think there was a statistic against Sevilla when Jordan Henderson committed 5,000, didn't have one tackle completed all game. So that's not great.
A bit of a fracas here. Courtois, did he handle the ball outside of the box and just in?
No.
Good goalkeeping there.
Good boy.
Okay, in football, say like when you play, I don't know, five-a-side or whatever, what's your position?
Well, when I was playing 11-a-side, I was always centre mid. Then I moved to left mid because I was more run down the wing, cut inside, shoot type player.
So you're an out-and-out midfielder then?
Yeah, I did a bit of... Oh, that's a bad ball. Played up front for a bit, but I was always more of like a playmaker, set up the goals. Oh god, here we go. Oh! Should have gone in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, my position was always kind of just behind the strikers. I'd say attacking the field. What was your position?
Either defender or defensive mid. That's where I usually prefer to go.
What kind of defender? What? Right back, left back?
I've never played like a full 11-a-side. Mostly it ranges anywhere between, because I'm usually like the only one willing to like go back and wait. So say vaguely centre back, just because I sort of cover everywhere because it's five-a-side. I was going to mention, if you were like a professional Premier League footballer as a midfielder, which of these teams would you rather play in?
That's a hard one. Because there's positives to both, obviously. They're both very good teams. Chelsea overall are a slightly better team because they're got better players kind of all over the field, whereas Liverpool kind of just have their best players either in the midfield or attack. Just wide.
Bouncing off Morata.
But I'd still probably pick Liverpool just because of the attack. I'd say like playing with Mane, Salah, Firmino, Coutinho. Oh, that's pretty exciting.
That's a good
a lot of exciting players to play with. And I think Liverpool's football, when it's on its best, is more exciting than Chelsea's.
Okay. Because as a defender, like me personally, I don't like playing a high line, so I'd be a bit weary playing for Chelsea.
Salah's in.
See.
Good defending.
Good defending by Chelsea. Like I've been saying, you're smothering any threat of a Liverpool attack.
And it's past that of play there by Kante.
The only thing that would scare me about playing in defence for Liverpool is just
the other
defence. I feel no matter how good I play, all it takes is, Marino or someone to fuck up.
Sturridge! Oh, that's a great block. That's Spilicueta. What a block. Salah picked up the ball, passes it to Sturridge, and it's a flying block from Cesar. Might have overstretched a bit there.
isn't it? He's covered the space there. Fantastic tackle.
It's in my fantasy football team.
Okay, so it's been just over an hour into the game, and both teams have had what you'd think were clear-cut chances to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we had Sturridge's chance a couple minutes ago, and then we had that scramble in the box at the Liverpool goal.
yeah, I wouldn't say any proper clear-cut chances. There's been some decent chances, but the defending's been pretty solid from both teams so far. Some good blocks from Azpilicueta. Morata hasn't really featured that heavily for Chelsea yet. Coutinho cuts in. Oh, Salah! 1-0, 1-0. Fuck yeah. Just as I say, the defending from both teams has been great.
Again, Salah just seems like he managed to run through them like a hot knife through
Coutinho
butter.
had the ball and there was a mix-up with the Chelsea defence there. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, Bakayoko gets the touch. Coutinho and then Salah finishes it past Courtois.
Christian doesn't do a good job of tracking Salah.
Poor defending there from Bakayoko.
It's been very inconsistent for us thus far. He's had some decent moments, but it does have a habit of giving the ball away and fouling.
Well, that goes back to what we were both saying earlier. If there's going to be a goal, it's going to be either Salah, who has just scored, or Morata or Hazard. And also Salah's back on top scorer now. 10 goals as a winger. That's just a typical Salah goal. Finding himself in the right place at the right time. That is the example of a man full of confidence. Mohamed Salah. Signing of the season, would you agree?
So far,
I think there's no question about it so far.
I think who have City signed, because they've tightened up defensively. I don't know if that's in part due to the signing of Gareth Walker.
Gareth
Walker. Yes, Gareth Walker. Alex Hunter's arch rival. Signing for City. But no,
nearly
the signing of Kyle Walker and Danilo in defence.
To be honest, I was kind of expecting Salah to be a bit of a flop. I thought he'd be like a good pacey winger to have, but I didn't think he'd have this much like effect on the team. Because he does just seem to create like at least 5 chances per game. To be fair, if he took most of his chances, he'd probably have double the amount of goals he's got now.
See, a friend of mine named David made an interesting point about Salah, saying that he scores a lot of goals, but he misses a lot of opportunities as well. So he's a weird player.
But it's because he creates so many opportunities. Obviously, some of them are going to end up going in. But he has been more clinical in the last few weeks. But I think that's just his confidence is very high. What's your opinion on Moreno's hair? Got quite a nice haircut.
Not something I'd sport personally, but he's earning however many tens of thousands a week. He can look how he wants. There you go. Cesc Fabregas is about to be substituted on. I feel it's the right thing to do. He's very good at breaking down defences and creating openings, so therefore I reckon we have a chance of equalising now.
Oh, Chelsea in the attack now. He's offside.
Both Hazard and Pedro were in through, but Hazard was slightly offside. Pedro, however, I don't believe was. Maybe Morata should have made that decision.
That is well offside. Another corner for Liverpool. Must have had at least 10 corners now, all come to nothing. Oh, that one nearly came to something. Decent save by Joe Chipchase.
Overhit it.
Oh, he's kept it in. Oh. Don't be doing that. Moreno doesn't learn from his mistakes. Oh, good chance there from Marcus.
I think it might have been better if he just controlled it, then tried to slot it down low.
Moreno literally is like a dog at sometimes. He's just constantly jumping on people. He needs to learn when to just calm down and not jump in. What's your prediction for the top 6 this season?
Funny enough, I can't see it changing much. Well, I feel the current teams that are at the moment are going to stay there.
Yeah.
Liverpool,
this is a question
Arsenal,
of
Spurs.
which. It's kind of a question of which order, I think.
The way they go now, I feel City are going to win unless they severely mess up.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, City are on the road to win it. They're kind of running away with it. I don't think they'll slip up. I think United will get second. I think Chelsea will get third. We'll get fourth. But it'll be tight.
What about Spurs?
And then Spurs fifth, Arsenal sixth. Oh, fucking hell!
What a goal by Willian! There's a debate over whether it was intended as a cross or a goal, but ends up in the back of the net in the top left corner, catching Mignolet out.
Shit! That was not a shot. That was a definite cross overhit, but oh, he's got to save that. Surely he's got to save that, isn't he? Surely he should be scrambling back there, not diving. If he scrambles back, he's got a better chance of. Fuck.
Safe to say that goal has changed the complexion of the game. Liverpool quickly on the attack.
Did see it coming though. Klopp thinking of the attack right now, bringing on both Lallana and Mane.
Very tense situation, given that next goal will definitely win the game.
Only 2 minutes to go of normal time, looking a bit tense at the moment. Chelsea with 78% of possession in the last 5 minutes.
3 minutes of added time left. What can either team do here? Or will it remain a stalemate?
Oh, Salah on the edge of the box!
Oh.
Good save, Courtois. Oh. Ball in from Milner, headed down, Salah gets it. It's a good save from Courtois. Yeah. 1-1, I think. Mignolet will kick it out and then final whistle. There we go.
There we go, and it finishes 1-1 between Liverpool and Chelsea with goals from Mohamed Salah and Willian.
I mean, it was kind of a fair result. I think evenly matched, not the best of games. Bit cagey. Not that many clear-cut opportunities, a lot of kind of nearly moments, but.
And that is the third successive 1-1 Premier League result between these two teams at Anfield. Another interesting stat to note that the previous two results at Anfield have been at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's home ground, have been Liverpool wins.
Wait, have we played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge this season?
No, it's still in the first half of the season.
Yeah, we seem to be like playing at Stamford Bridge the last few seasons. Anfield, it always seems to just be. What have the last few results been? They've been 1-1.
Yeah. There we go. So, on the table, Liverpool currently in 5th, 1 point behind Spurs, and Chelsea currently in 3rd, 3 points behind second place Manchester United.
2 points ahead of Liverpool. So it is quite tight. Man United are quite 5 points behind City, but City's got a game in hand, so
yes,
it's looking
Liverpool,
good for City.
11 points behind City, Chelsea 8 points behind, with City yet to play.
Yeah, I think it'll be close between 2nd and 7th. There's not that many points in it.
We've got plenty of Premier League action for you Tuesday night. We're going to be at Watford for the visit of Manchester.
Okay, well, Eddie, it's certainly been a fun game. Do you have any YouTube channels or projects you'd like to plug?
Pillocks. No, I have a YouTube channel where I make films, notably horror films. I've got a horror film called Victim, about 4 years old. Check that out. Yeah. What else? Got some other short films coming up soon, which we're both involved in.
Oh yes,
which Steve here is first assistant directing, and I am shooting.
Correct, and hopefully that will go well, and hopefully this will be the first of many video podcasts from my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yes, watch this space.